Hey there, everybody. It's Lio Convoy back for another episode of ThunderCats ThunderFacts. You'd probably never guess, but I'm a ThunderCats fan. Seriously, you'd never be able to guess. Anyways, being a part of the fandom since I was a kid means I've been reading and hearing questions and speculation from the fandom for a few decades now. Questions like, why is there air in space? Why don't we see more evil chasers in Mandora? Is Tigra a drug lord? And how much hair conditioner does Lion-O go through? But the biggest and most consistent one is this. Why did Lion-O age in the suspension capsule, but the other ThunderCats didn't? For those of you who don't know, or may need a refresher course, when the ThunderCats fled Thundera's destruction, which Jaga had an unintended hand in, but that's for a later video, they were attacked and had to put themselves in suspended animation via some special pods on board so they could make it to their destination. When they landed badly, you discover that Lion-O aged around 10 years physically, and the others didn't. To an outsider, it may be an odd thing to nitpick with ThunderCats being a show with magic swords, demon priests, and a civilization advanced enough for space travel, yet rely on primitive weapons. But these are the type of things fans rack their brains around trying to figure out. Because despite the things mentioned before, there's at least some form of logic with it. But Lion-O aging is never given a reason in the cartoon. Not once. But Lio, I hear you shout. It is mentioned in the episode. Jaga talks about it. Well, let's have a listen to that scene, shall we?
I am by far the oldest of you. Even though the suspension capsules slow down the aging process tremendously, some aging does take place. Even in suspension, I could not live long enough to complete the journey.
All he said was that some aging takes place. That doesn't account for Lion-O aging much more than the other ThunderCats. Some fans have claimed that Lion-O's suspension capsule is damaged physically in the show, but looking at the clips, it's not there. It just isn't there. Others have claimed that it's in the deleted scenes from the episode Exodus, but that's not true either. Don't believe me? I'll link you to ThunderCats Lair's YouTube channel in the description. They have all the deleted scenes uploaded. I recommend checking it out. It kind of makes the series just a little darker. So far, I've only seen one channel debunk the rumors directly, and that's Retro Blasting. You should check them out. They recently did a really neat ThunderCats history panel at Dragon Con that they were kind enough to film and upload for the YouTube viewers. Great people. The link's in the description for them. But, back to the topic. If those aren't true, what happened? How did Lion-O go from a little kid? No, that's not the right one. Oh, good lord! Okay. As I was saying, how did Lion-O go from this to this? And how do you get muscles like that? What type of protein do you need? Hold on. I'm gonna go study real lions. See how they do it. I don't really know what I was expecting. Anyways, there is a very simple reason why it happened. Mostly that the writers knew watching a kid run around with a sword in a cartoon is boring at the least and a lawsuit waiting to happen at the most, so they just put it in there. But that's not what you want, is it? You want to know why every single person would swear on Jack Nicholson's career that an explanation about the capsule malfunctioning was given. And guess what? You're correct. It just wasn't in the cartoon. In issue 22 of Marvel's Star comic ThunderCats line in the 80s, a reader writes in to the letter pages giving her idea on how Lion-O aged. And wouldn't you know it, she thinks it was a malfunctioning capsule. My best guess on this matter is basically via 6 degrees of separation, the word got out. And with childhood memories being as jumbled a mess as it is, in all likelihood it was just remembered as a fact from the show. However, fret not, because it is now considered canon that such an event did happen. In January 2003, Wildstorm Comics released the ThunderCats sourcebook. Since the Wildstorm comics are a continuation of the original cartoon, it can be considered canon. And on Lion-O's character page, it plainly states that a malfunctioning suspension capsule caused him to age. If you still don't believe my information is correct, feel free to double check. There are only 3 episodes that the suspension capsules are in: Exodus, Trapped, and Time Switch. None of these talk about malfunctioning capsule. But hey, I'll never stop you from watching ThunderCat episodes. So, after 31 years, I hope we can finally put this all behind us. Please share this video with your other ThunderCat fans. Wherever you go where the question shows up again, show it there too. It was a tough but fun subject to research. I hope you all enjoyed it. Feel free to check out my other videos, follow me on social media, or throw petty change into my Patreon like the beggar I am. This is Lyle Convoy, wishing you well.